And to start looking at this thing, there's no real great place to start. I'm probably going to start with the flagship set here, the farmhouse, and move our way out, although we're not going to be reviewing every set here, obviously. I already have separate videos on all of them. I'm going to be showing off all of them and how they kind of fit together in the world. We're going to be zoomed in for quite a bit of it, not showing the whole layout at once very much because, well, my camera's not very good at focusing up close because it's from 2016. It's 2026 right now, so yeah, just a bit of a discrepancy in years there. But we have some cool stuff. So let's start with the farmhouse. The farmhouse is basically the big middle part that connects the entire world. Without it, there's not really much space, or I should say, there's a lot of space in between the modules, as it shows on the instructions. And not many of them actually connect without it. Now, luckily, the farmhouse was a pretty good price set. It was $50 back when it came out. You can probably get it for around 50 to 100, I'd say, probably right now. I don't actually have the Bricklink average prices up right now, but that's probably a good guess. And most of these sets are pretty cheap, given that they don't all have really exclusive things in them. Some of them do, like the Melon Farm, but even so, it's still about $10 to $20. But the farmhouse does connect to everything, basically, including our first little other set here, is the Melon Farm. Where did the gas go? There he goes. He definitely didn't fall down. But yeah, the Melon Farm is the cheapest set in the wave, next to the biggest set in the wave. And yeah, it's a pretty cool little farm thing. It just basically is a transition between the farmhouse and the chicken coop. Our next set here, which I also really like. He is a bit yellowed on his back. That's just from 8 years of being in the sun. And yeah, it comes with a bunch of chickens and a very nice Alex. The farm is actually, or the Melon Farm, is the only set that comes with a villager besides the village. Back then anyway. Which is kind of cool. And also the only set that came with an old style villager, besides the village, ever. But we can keep moving here, and we can kind of get on to the mine. Now, the mine is one set that I'll say, when I rearrange this into a cooler layout, I'll show you another more interesting way to do it as well. But it's the zombie cave, I should say. It's not called the mine, it's called the zombie cave. It's the only set to come with a baby zombie with a printed torso, which I actually can probably get in here and show you. You can see that little print at the top of his torso there. And we'll just lay him down on a little bed of gravel. But yeah, pretty simple mindset. I mean, you get one of these in basically every wave, but it's just still a good set to have. The last overworld set is kind of out of place, but I mean, do you not want to have a snow set? No, but this set is very cool. It is the Igloo. It's the first set to include a stray. Also is the only set to include a stray with the cloth torso piece. And also polar bears. I believe it's the only set to also include polar bears, which is pretty cool. It also does kind of make sense with the whole farm theme, given that she's kind of farming fish back here with her fishing rod, and she actually does have an orange fish, which is inside the igloo. Speaking of, you can actually open up the igloo, and you can see the chest here, which that orange fish is in. Very cool. You can open up a couple of these things. They all have cool features. You can look at them in their individual reviews and all that, but I just think this is probably the most out of place module. I would say it doesn't completely ruin the cohesive look of this. I mean, it's Lego, so it's not going to be all cohesive from set to set, but this is kind of the only odd one out. But we can get into the Nether, which I guess you could call an odd one out, if it were not for this very nice portal design that we get in the actual Nether that kind of acts as a transition point between the overworld and that. So it's pretty cool. It's actually the only set or second set to include a ghast, not the only set, and it's actually a really good ghast, actually probably the best ghast LEGO Minecraft has ever made. It also has a little transition between the pig pen here, where this is why it has gates on either side, so you can get through the pig pen and through here, although this chest does block it, so you can probably move the chest if you want to just open those up. Kind of nice little transition there. We do get a rail inside, and it goes all the way in, and we get the Nether. Now, this is actually one of my favorite Nether sets. I think my favorite one is the original Nether Fortress, although I don't actually have that. And then probably after that, Blaze Bridge, and probably after that one, this. I do really like it. I just like the mobs as well. You get a Blaze, you get a baby zombie pigman, first and only time you saw that. Gas must have knocked the fire off when it fell. But yeah, it's a very cool thing with some very cool play features, including falling lava. Very nice. The final modular, or module, why do I always say that? The final module is the Nether Fight, and I also think this is kind of out of place. I think it should be on this side, which is why I said I'm going to rearrange it to what I think would be another cool look for this. But yeah, It's the Nether fight. It's the only set of the wave to come with a Wither Skeleton, and it also comes with a Zombie Pigman, something that they obviously don't make anymore because Zombie Pigments don't exist. But yeah, very nice. I actually really like this layout. I think it's really good. The only thing I would say is obviously it's not very cohesive with the igloo, but other than that, I think it's pretty cool. I like the little farming community type thing that they have going here with Melon Farm, and the banners I think is a great way to connect it, having a bunch of blue banners in basically all of the main overworld sets besides the zombie cave, and yeah, it definitely does make a nice cohesive thing. Also, the water running through, although it's not as cohesive, and I will say there is another way that is another region, I should say, why I'm going to rearrange it to kind of make it look more cohesive with the water. But I really think it is a great way of connecting it and kind of separating some of the other modules as well. Very nice. But now that we've looked at the main build, which will zoom out a bit more so you can see it again, let's get into a modified build by me that I think is a little bit more of an interesting layout, or at least cohesive. And this is my slightly modified layout. Now, to modify it, I didn't move the igloo because it's the igloo. There's no real good space for it. I turned this around and actually stuck the back module with the diamonds into the side here and connected the water of the farmhouse with it. And I think that gives it a bit more cohesive of a look. It also connects better with the gray back of the farmhouse and this. So very cool there. I think that actually looks pretty nice. I moved the nether module over to here, and I guess you could also move it here. I kind of connected the lava here. You could also do that up here, but I think the gravel doesn't connect there very well, and I think this looks slightly better, and I actually do also quite like how that looks right there. You could also connect it over here, but if you have the old Nether Railway set from, I believe, either 1 or 2 years previous, you could actually have a nice little looping railway, which I'm actually going to review soon. The final thing that I changed is the melon farm. It also connects the waters now, especially if you take this off. You can see the water going all through the building, which is a very nice and very cool thing, and I really do like that. And I guess another way, if you really wanted to connect the water, is kind of doing it like this. So that way the igloo's water connects with the cave, which connects with the farmhouse and the chickens, and it's kind of like a big river going through the whole thing. Just another interesting way to connect them. And that's another amazing thing. You can connect them any way you want as well. There's no real right way to do it or wrong way to do it, because it's Minecraft and you can do whatever you want with it, which is pretty cool, and I quite like that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I know the video may have been a bit lower quality because I was zoomed out, and as I said, my camera's 10 years old, soon to be 11. But it's a very nice build, and I really like this layout here. I just think it's interesting. I think it's a great thing that they included, and I also like just the sets overall. So yeah, I do hope you enjoyed. Next time, we're going to be doing a haul, which I actually got as of you actually seeing this video. And also that haul video will be already a week ago because I did record these a little bit advanced. So I do hope you enjoyed this. I really enjoyed it. And I shall see you next time where we'll be looking at another pretty cool thing. Goodbye.